Hey, you guys, it's Monday and I'm coming to you live and I want to talk to you about finding your niche. Okay. That's just a weird word in itself. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Your niche, your niche. But I feel like this is a really good thing to talk about. So I'm live here on Facebook. I'm live on Instagram. We are going to upload this to YouTube. So tell me where you are watching from. I am in Wyoming. And pretty soon I'm going to have to change my tagline because I'm no longer going to be a stay-at-home mom. Oh my gosh, I'm going to go back to work, which is just crazy. But I'm really excited. I'm really excited to get back in the school. So for those of you that don't know, I was a high school math teacher for 6 years, then had 2 kids, have been home for the last 8, going on 9 years. And now that my kids are both in school and I'm literally a stay-at-home dog mom, I'm getting the itch to get back into the classroom. So there we go. And last night, we actually did a little team call that was revolving around finding your niche. And so I thought, you know what, this is a good thing to talk about for everybody. So here with you live, make sure to say hello, drop a comment. And if you haven't yet given StreamYard permission, give StreamYard permission, click that little link, and that way I can see your name when your comments pop up. So we're just going to dive right in. So maybe you're like me and you're like, man, I want to be able to make an impact. I really want to like influence people for the better, but I just don't know what skills or like cool things that I can do that people would want to follow me for. Okay. If that's you, drop a 1 in the comment. Hey, Michaela. And so, maybe don't leave comments because then I get squirrel. Just kidding. Leave the comments. I love them. It's good for us to interact and chat together. So anyway, maybe you're just like, I want to be able to make an impact, but I just don't know like what my skill or what my hobby is that I would be able to provide value for other people. And so last night we kind of broke it down and we're just going to dive right into it here. And so if this is you, you're dropping a 1 in the comments and then you're going to go through this little activity with me. So yesterday, what I had everybody do is get a piece of paper and write their name in the middle and put a circle around it. Okay. So if you're going to do this with me, write your name in the comments. Okay. And then I asked them to come up with 5 things that they did every single day that brought them joy, that was fun for them, that was good for them, or anything like that. So 5 things that you do every day. So go ahead and write it down on your piece of paper or drop it in the comments. What are 5 things? Now, my 5 things that I do every single day that I enjoy is eat. I love food. I love sweets. I love healthy food. I love not healthy food, and everything in between. Okay. So I love to eat. I like to work out. To be honest, I just work out so that way I can continue to eat whatever I want to eat. But I do enjoy the way that working out makes me feel. So working out and eating. I love to spend time with my family, whether we're out in the outdoors, whether we're running errands, whether we are playing in the backyard. Family time I absolutely love and cherish. Another thing that's kind of weird about me that I wrote down, my number 4 was I love cleaning and organizing, and just like creating spreadsheets. In fact, right after I get done with this live, I'm going to make a spreadsheet for soccer, to help us be organized with our tournament that's coming up and like the players that we have enrolling. And so cleaning and organizing is something I really enjoy doing. Super weird, I know. And then the 5th thing was learning. I like personal development. I like listening to podcasts, books. I like reading books. I like watching live videos just like this where I can learn and grow. Okay, so those are my 5 things. And I'd love to know what yours are. What are they for you? So when I actually was thinking about my life back when I was teaching full time, I thought to myself, if I could do anything and get paid for it, what would that be? And honestly, I narrowed it down to 2 things. If I could just eat and work out and get paid for it, like that would be amazing, right? And then all of a sudden came this like box, like this package of my dream job where I can share what I'm eating, I can share my workouts, and I can also share my supplements and be able to get paid for it, right? Like making an impact while making an income. I get to share the things that I'm already doing and be able to make an income. And so like that's where this whole thing comes into play. So you've got your name in the middle, you've got the 5 things that you do on a daily basis. Okay. And so one thing that I've learned when trying to come up with your niche is you want it to be something that you do regularly, that comes naturally to you. A lot of times if you try to be a poser, if you try to pretend like you are more of an expert than you are, then you're going to either find yourself not being very consistent, because you feel like an imposter and you have to like hurry and do the research so that way you can share the information. And so I've learned that when I've done that in the past, I've not been as consistent as I want to be. And then also it's just like not authentic to me. So here I am, going live talking about how you can find your niche. And I'm like still in the process of finding mine, but I feel qualified in teaching you this because I've failed over and over and over again. And so I can tell you what works for me. And so you want to make sure that your niche is something that you can do on a daily basis. It comes naturally to you and you can just like kind of speak about your experience. Hey, Jenna. And I see in the chat over here, hanging with kids, love to see my mate, sleeping, cooking, training others. Perfect, right? So those are things that you do on a daily basis. Okay, so then what we did from each of those bubbles is, are there any products or services that you can offer in regards to those aspects? Okay, so I have health supplements. And so when it comes to eating, I can talk about some of our nutritional value supplements. So like right now, I'm drinking a drink called Revitalize, which is packed with vitamins, nutrients, minerals to help my body function the way that it needs to. Okay, so I can talk about that. I can talk about the carb blockers that I have after a really bad fatty meal that I probably shouldn't have eaten, but I did anyway. And so how the supplement goes in my stomach and absorbs the bad fats and carbs and helps it naturally pass. When I'm working out, I can talk about a pre-workout. I can talk about protein shakes afterwards. I can share the workouts that I'm doing in the app that I use. I can also share different workouts that I've created myself or ways that you can modify or how you can work out with a busy lifestyle. Okay, so those are some products or services that I can offer. When it comes time to spending time with my family, I do this Get Fit email every Friday. And a lot of times I'm sharing the different games that we're playing, activities, do it yourself type things, places that we like to travel to, things that we do together, right? So those are some services that I can offer when it comes time to talk or like how I spend time with my family. When it comes into like organizing, I always am sharing my chore charts that I do with my kids. I've got like a work champs tracker that I created that helps the entrepreneur be able to have success working their business at home, whether they're doing it full time or working another job, because I've done both. I have a keys to succeed tracker where you're tracking your 5 keys to succeed and keeping you on track with your mindset, your nutrition, your exercise, your supplements, and your lifestyle routine. And so like I've just created a whole bunch of different tracker sheets. I also share my routine as far as what time do I go to bed, when do we wake up in the morning, like how am I able to do all of the things that I do and still like thrive in most aspects, so I'm constantly sharing those things. And then last, like my personal development, as I'm reading books, as I am listening to podcasts, as I'm learning new things, like I'm teaching you guys right now, like I'm willing to go live and share that stuff. And hopefully that gives you value. Okay. So Amber wrote, she loves eating, exercise, mobile games, looking at crystals and collecting them, and spending time with her husband. Okay. So how can you use those things to bring value? Okay, so you maybe have products or services that you can offer. Maybe you don't want to be able to make an income while you're making an impact. Maybe you just want to like be an influencer that way and give for the good of people, which is amazing. But what if you could actually turn that into monetization? What if you could actually turn that into money? And I was talking to a girl, I think it was like last week. We were talking about the business and she was like, that's just not for me. I'm not interested in selling products or stuff like that on my social media accounts. And I said, okay, totally fine. But I'm just curious, if you could do anything and get paid, what would that be? And she said that she would want to be a dancer. And I was like, well, what's stopping you from doing that right now? And she's like, well, time and money and family. And, I'm older than what I should be to get into that. She wanted to be a backup dancer for maybe a singer or like on TV or something. And, all these reasons why she couldn't. And I was like, you know what? If you honestly started a TikTok and just like started sharing like just 15-second dance routines, you would get such a following on TikTok, and people could send you stars. People could like just send you money for like teaching them how to dance online. There's tons of people that are dancing online, right? Or even like now Instagram has like subscriptions. Like you could like create your own dance routine subscription and be able to monetize and make money that way and do something that you honest and truly love. And she was like, oh, think about it. And of course I know that means no, but it just was like, why not? Why wouldn't you use your gifts, your skills, your talents to benefit the lives of other people and be able to make an impact while you're at it. So last night on our team call, as we were doing this, one of the ladies on the call was talking about how she loves her animals. She has horses, she has dogs, she has cats, and I'm like, well, what if you like started sharing how you take care of them? And what if you started like just sharing like quirky things that you do with them, or quirky things that they do, or just like them in the wildlife or wherever they are. Like you would get a following for that, and you would be able to share information about how to tend for horses, how to best take care of your feline or your pets, and so just like thinking about that. And then another girl was like, well, honestly, like I just love doing hair. Like I just love my hair. And she has gorgeous long blonde hair. And I was like, oh my gosh, if you just started going live more often and just sharing you doing your hair and just chit chatting, talking about the different hair products that you use, talking about, different styles to do, you would be able to create this following for yourself that would eventually be able to earn you some extra income. And it's literally as simple as, what do you do on a daily basis? What brings you joy? And how can you attach a product or service to it? And so for me personally, you guys know, who have been following me for a while, I have been in this business for 9 years now. Okay. Almost a decade. Oh my gosh. And when I first started, I felt like a nobody. I was teaching high school math. I was overweight. Beckham was 1 years old. I got pregnant with Paisley. So I was like growing and like sick all the time and all the things. We don't need to get into that. But like, I started online just like marketing products. And then as time went on, then I was like, I don't only want to market products. I want to offer services. I want to offer value to people. I want to be able to create things. And I came up with like a Get Fit program 3 years into the business, and I made it on a Google document, and I was like texting people the link. And then all of a sudden I was like, well, what if I could like create an email list? And then I started like adding people manually to my Gmail account, and then I was YouTubing some things so I could learn like how to do things more efficiently. And then I like came across this lady named Tanya Eliza, and she taught me like email marketing campaigns and how to create landing pages, how to create a website, how to create a blog, and how to really be able to automate your system so that way you can get your freebies in the hands of the people that want it, and growing a following of people that just like love and adore you and all these things. Okay. Like I could just like keep talking about it. Right. And the only way I got better at it is by doing it. And as I've grown over these last 9 years, like I've kind of learned my skills, and my skills are still eating. Okay. Whenever I cook, if I ever share a recipe, it's literally 5 ingredients or less, and it doesn't use any measuring. Okay. And I don't even use a recipe. I'm like, these things kind of sound like good together. Bake it until it's cooked and then eat it and enjoy. And it usually turns out pretty good. And so I'm constantly sharing my easy to do recipes for the mom who's like super busy and doesn't realize it's dinner time until her stomach growls at 4 o'clock, or till her kids are like, hey mom, what's for dinner? And it was like, oh, dinner was supposed to be an hour ago. Okay. Like those are the kinds of recipes that I'm sharing, or like freezer meals. Like, okay, let's get organized. Let's cook for the next 13 days and put it all in the freezer. So that way, when we forget, then we have something to eat. Okay. So those are the meals that I'm cooking. Okay. My workouts and stuff. I went to school and I got my personal training certification, which is right back here. Okay. So that way I could learn like the appropriate ways to do things and like how to take care of your body better. I also went and got my L1 for CrossFit. So that way I could learn, because I love those quick hit workouts where you can get your cardio up and get your strength in at the same time. I volunteered at some of the gyms that we have here in town, and I taught some kids classes, taught some adult classes. So that way I could better like learn how people work, And so then when I create my workouts, I can basically take maybe what I'm doing and simplify it a little bit more, or alter it, that like, hey, if you don't have equipment, this is what you can do. Here's some modifications. Here's some things to look out for. And so I like have been sharing my workouts with people. Whether you follow me on TikTok, whether you follow me on Instagram or Facebook or even YouTube, I have a whole playlist of tons and tons of workouts that I've created over the years. And if you look, they started out pretty awkward, pretty weird. And now it's just like coming more and more naturally to me. and then of course, like just being busy, like how do I juggle all of the things and being able to create different resources, and I'm not making income off of this, but different resources to be able to ship out to you guys to help you be successful. And for me, honestly, that's what brings me joy. And I could get on a Facebook Live all day long and talk about it because it's something that I know, because I personally experienced it. I've started at the bottom, now we're here, now we're trying to keep going, right? And so like finding your niche should just light you up. Like, I don't know if you can tell me compared to some other videos, but like I'm like so fired up about this because I believe that each and every single one of us were created with special gifts and talents, and so many times we just like shove them down, and maybe we say to ourselves, oh, like there's so many other people that are doing it, so like I can't do it too, when that's a complete lie. Okay, like you are uniquely you, and the way that you word things, the way that you present things is going to attract just the right perfect audience for you, and you can totally change people's lives. And so finding what you're super passionate about, and being willing to share that online is how you start to find your niche. And then it'll like keep on whittling itself away until you find like that unique audience that's for you. At first I was like, hey, like I'm Tamika, I help women get fit. Like, what does that even mean? Right. And then through the years, like I'm fit in my mind. I know how to overcome that voice inside my head that tells me I'm not good enough, or keep sleeping in, or it's okay, you can do it later. Right. Like I've learned to overcome that through personal development and like growing my mindset and failing forward, and like just all of the mistakes that I've made and learning from them. And then I've learned to better my own personal health and like what foods I should be eating, and easy tips and tricks for the busy mom to be able to give her kids nutritious food. And that's not to say I'm perfect all the time. Like if you were in bed with me last night, like my husband was, I'm pretty sure I ate a pack of Mambas, and didn't even brush my teeth before I went to bed. That's embarrassing. I don't know, I just said that, but I did. Yeah, I'm not perfect, but I'm willing to share the things that are working for me and just be human with you, right? And same thing with my exercise. I was a Division I soccer athlete, like my whole entire life. I played soccer. So what happened when soccer was done for me, and I like all of a sudden didn't have anything? I had to find a routine that worked for me, and I started going to classes at the rec center. I do like Zumba and step class and kickboxing, and those things were good for a little while. And then I just started doing like circuit training in the gym, not knowing how to use those machines or like what to really do like for my own program. And then I found CrossFit, and then I've been able to take CrossFit and bring it home and then adapt it to a way that I'm able to share it with you guys online. And it's made every difference in the world. And then same thing like being a mom, like, starting out with just being pregnant, having no idea what I'm doing, and then having toddlers, and now having 2 kids in school, and I haven't even reached the teenage years yet, so I can't speak on that. But my goodness, like just the growth that I've had at becoming a mom, and how to juggle the balance of taking care of myself and my career and my family. And so just being able to share these things with people is how you find your niche, and you'll find your tribe. You'll find those people who are just like super over the moon, like excited to learn from you, and it'll just continue to grow from there. So I just really encourage you guys. I know I'm talking fast. I know I'm giving you guys a lot of information, but I just really encourage you guys to, if this is something that you want to do, start making an impact, start influencing people by sharing what you're doing, because you may think it's dumb. You may think that people don't care, but there are people out there that do care and that are praying for just somebody to just pave the way for them. Okay. So real quick before I hop off, I wanted to do this too, a quick unboxing of what is in my box. I have been with this company now for a year, which is amazing. And, I love when I get my products every month. And so inside of here, I ordered myself some OVA. Okay, this is a women's health product that helps you balance your hormones without any hormones. It's really, really amazing, actually. It's going to help you lessen the normal symptoms of PMS. It's going to support your healthy mood and helping you feel your best every day of the month. And this, I can tell you, has helped my cramps significantly. It's helped my mood swings. It's helped my libido. You can talk to Derek about that one. But it's just really, really amazing. The energy that I get from it, the sleep that I get from it, and just knowing that like I'm putting good things in my body to help it balance with, and it needs to during those phases in our cycle, that we experience. So I love this. And then I got myself some dishwasher gel. and some dish soap. Okay, these are clean label products, so no harmful ingredients in there whatsoever. So these are going to go underneath the kitchen sink. And I love that we just get these little toppers here to put on there. And then I'm really excited. And Stacy, if you're watching, I finally have my Go, and so I can bring you some flavors to try. But Go comes in fruit punch. This is the variety pack. Orange citrus and acai pomegranate, which is my favorite. And these are basically how I function every day, okay? And how I can do these live videos and how I can do all the things that I'm doing. It has nootropics. It's going to give you balanced energy, focus, and alertness. You just drink one a day with lunch is how I prefer it. I don't need that afternoon nap. And I just feel like it turns my brain on. Like the nootropics is just like brain food. It's like, oh, I'm fed. Now I can function the way that I'm supposed to function. And so I love that. And so, a quick plug for products. Like, you guys, I was a school teacher, right? And I knew that I didn't want to live paycheck to paycheck when I was going to quit my job to be a stay-at-home mom. And so that's why I started this at-home business. And I thought to myself, like, I'm a nobody. How am I going to make impact? How am I going to influence people? I literally had 200 friends on Facebook, right? And what did I do? I just jumped in. I just started sharing things that I was doing in my life, products that I was using to help me work smarter, not harder. And thus, this industry has taken off in my life and my business has grown, and I'm so, so grateful for it. So if you want any questions about that, you can actually text the word income to 307-288-3383, and I can give you my little spiel as far as what I do and how you could do it too. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment them in the chat. All right, that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks, Jenna, for being on. She loves the fruit punch too. It's good. I like to mix my mango trim in with my fruit punch. Little tip, little trick there. It's delicious. Okay, all right. I'm gonna let you guys go. We'll see you later. Bye.